Hey everyone, Dominic the Primetime Treasure Hunter here. As many of you know, in addition to running this YouTube channel, I also run a Facebook group for resellers called the Reselling Resource Center. And I emphasize the word resource because that's what I've always wanted it to be from the very beginning. The name has never changed from the very first member, which would be me, to over 16,000 members at this point. And so it's always been about being a resource so that resellers could go there and find things that they need that can help them with their business. And over the past week, it has been clearly evident to me that there are many people in the reselling community who either personally themselves and or family members and friends, or even just people nearby, their customers, people in their local communities, are suffering and have a lot of needs. There are some people who are getting by okay, but there are still a lot of people who need help. And so I figured, given that we have over 16,000 members in the group, we could use the group as a resource to help people who are going through this coronavirus pandemic. So what I want to do in this video is I want to do a summary and show you the things that we have put together, myself and some of the moderators that I have in my group have put together to help people during this time of need. And I know some of you who are watching this may be familiar with all those things, and if so, feel free to skip the video. But there are some people, especially those who are relatively new, who may not know that you need to go to the announcements section in the group. I'll show you this in just a moment to see where all these pinned resources are located. And then, of course, there's people out there who are watching this who are not a member. It's easy to join. It's free. The link is down below. There's no catch, nothing like that. It really, truly is a free resource out there to help people out. And even if you don't have a personal need yourself, as you'll see based on the types of things that are put together, there may be a way you could help someone else out in need. And we really need everyone to pull together in the community to help people out. So let me take you over to the first thing. And this was the very first thing I put up about a week ago. You could see all these states. This is called Find a Reselling Colleague Near You, because in a time of need, especially if communications start to break down, it's really helpful to know that you have somebody nearby you. And so what I did is, rather than have everyone just list what state they're from, what I did is I requested people, as I was posting this, to not put anything in until they saw their state listed. But I typed in every single state in caps right here, starting with Alabama, and then you'll see Alaska and Arizona and Arkansas and California and so on and so forth. And it just keeps going down. We've got all the states covered. We have Washington, D.C., and then at the very end, there is, an other or miscellaneous for people who live in other countries and, other like territories or regions that wouldn't be covered by the states and Washington, D.C. And so you just find your area, and it's still open for comment. You just type in, the particular state, you say where it is that you're from, and that then helps you link up with other people. And this has worked. I have had feedback from people who've told me that they've met reseller friends now that they've developed that they never knew lived right down the road for them, or lived a couple of blocks away or something like that. And now they have a local person that they could contact. And, if they need some help, if they need something in a pinch, if they need to know about, something that might be going on in their community that could really be helpful for them as a resource, then they could easily share it within there. There might be some state specific resources. For example, there could be one for Alabama, and then someone in the Alabama state area could post it, and everyone in there would then go and see it. So if you have not joined that, you can see we've got over 1,500 comments in that, which I believe is a record probably for the group. So it really did get a lot of participation in it. And so I encourage people to come by and use that as a helpful resource. Don't just come in there and put your city and state at the very bottom and not put it in a specific state that's already there. You have to find the state and then put the information in there. Okay, so it's very simple, very easy to do. So that's the first thing. Then, as many of you know, I do have a background in healthcare, and so what I did is I took some information from the University of Pennsylvania, and I put this little list together. And this is a way. It's a good resource for people to go to, because there's a lot of confusion right now in terms of whether or not you have signs and symptoms of coronavirus 19, if it's a cold, if it's a flu, if it's seasonal allergy. So this is vetted information. I don't put any information in the group that is not reliable, that's not valid. This you could trust from, again, it's been vetted through the University of Pennsylvania, which is a highly respected medical college and university. So make sure that you go and check that out. That could be something helpful that you print out and, just keep handy in case you have any questions about that. So there's that one. Now going over to the next one here, there's a lot of people who are anxious. There's a lot of people who are depressed. There's a lot of people who are frustrated, angry. There's a lot of people trying to manage how to watch the news. I can't tell you how many people have sent me messages telling me they're just shutting off the news altogether, which I understand that, but at this time, I actually don't think that that's really a good idea. I think you at least have to check into the news once a day because there's so many different things that are going on all around us, and you need to make sure you're aware of what's happening. But you do need to know how to be able to process the news so you don't get completely overwhelmed by it. Lots of people have kids who are struggling dealing with this issue, struggling managing them at home while trying to run your business, and just trying to explain things to kids can be a challenge. So I mentioned this at the end of a video that I did recently, but some people might not have stuck around for that point. But I want you to go over there because if you go over, you're going to see this link. These are general resources that are put out by the American Psychological Association, and these are all free. And so there's lots of helpful things here. There's podcasts that are linked in here. This one here, for example, 7 crucial research findings that can help people deal with COVID-19. Psychologist leads innovative approach to tackle psychological toll of COVID-19. 5 ways to view coverage of the coronavirus. Dealing with coronavirus anxiety. So this is a podcast episode that's linked to. So there's a lot of things there. And then there's some things there that are for professionals that you probably would just want to ignore. You see practitioners and healthcare professionals. Although if you see something interesting that you want to check out, by all means, go do so. But don't stop there. Make sure you go down, because at the very bottom here, you're going to see resources for parents and caregivers. That's why I wanted to also do this on video and actually show it to you so you don't miss this part. Because you can see here, talking to children about COVID-19, a parent resource. Talking to tweens and teens about coronavirus, just for kids, a comic exploring the new coronavirus. So it's all in one place and things get added to it over time. So you might just want to bookmark that part and just have it handy and go back and check every once in a while. I have had members of the group contact me and tell me that these resources have been enormously helpful for them, their family, students, that sort of thing. So you might not have been aware it's out there, and if not, there you go. It is right there. And I linked to it. If you want the link, I linked to it in the prior video. It's at the very top, so you can find it there as well. But just come to the group, and I mentioned the announcements section. You see here, this is the group right here, and I'll get to what this post is in a second. But right here at the left, there's all these tabs. You want to click announcements, and I would suggest going there every day. That's where I put the latest news that's available, latest events that are going on in the group that's important for you to be aware of, seller support activities and stuff. All of that's right there, and all the things that I'm saying here are going to be in this section. Everything I'm showing is going to remain there until this crisis is over. So just so you know, it's just a common place where we could keep everything for everybody. So another thing, and I want to really thank Jill Bode, who's one of the moderators here. You can see moderator of my Facebook group. Thank you, Jill. She put together a video meetup session. In fact, several meetup sessions. So they are about 25 minutes each, and there's people who go and they join them, and you could get together and you could just talk with other resellers through these links. So you just go down into the comment section and you will find the links there. I'm going to open one up, maybe show you an example of the links. But Jill, I just talked to her. See, she's going to put up another one today. These are through Zoom. Initially, it was done based on whether you are a part-time reseller, part-time reseller trying to go full-time, or a full-time reseller. That was the first stab at it, but today Jill's just going to do one in which everyone can kind of join together, just to make it a little bit easier for people to figure out where they should go. That's also going to be pinned in the announcement section, so make sure you go over that. It's just another way to bring people together. Zoom is very easy to use. I have used it before. You just have to download it, go to the website. You could trust it. It's totally legitimate. It's actually used in my hospital as a video conferencing method. So again, it's totally vetted. It's not any kind of scam or anything like that. And get hooked up with it really easily with a webcam, and then you could interact with other people, and you might even just be able to do things telephonically. I'm not sure, but go and check it out, and it's a useful resource. And Jill's going to continue to do these, I believe, as long as there's interest in it. So that's another way we're trying to help people out. In addition to that, I feel that like this last week was just crazy. I cannot believe how much stuff happened this past week, how much stuff I had to deal with on a professional level. My whole entire job is like completely changed around right now, and it's going to be a massive adjustment. How many changes are going on within my own family, my reselling business, just everything has really changed. And so it's a big adjustment, and sometimes people just need to vent. They need a place to vent. So what I do, I just try to get a sense of that based on what's going on in the world, what's going on in my own life, what's going on in the community, based on what I could see here in my own group, other groups, YouTube channels. And I'll put up like a little post like this. I'll try to make it a little bit humorous, try to put a positive in there as well, while also being realistic. We're not Pollyannish. I'm not Pollyannish in the group. I'm not going to give people fake positivity. I'm going to give you reality. I'm going to tell you what's really going on. I'm not going to sugarcoat stuff. At the same time, I'm not going to be gloom and doom, and I'm going to try to be a positive, helpful resource for you, as will other people who are leaders within the group, such as moderators and other longtime members. But something like this, something a little funny but realistic, saying, hey, it's been a rough week, but I made it. How about you? And that is what Daisy looked like the other day when many of you know my dog Daisy Shih Tzu, when she was in the sink and she got all, I never saw her do, because it usually happens when I'm at work, and she had all this soap and stuff over. She looked just like this. It was the funniest thing. It was funny and sad at the same time, just to see all her fur shrunken down like this with those big eyes and everything. Just cracks me up. Oh my God, I love dogs. Anyway, so the last thing, and this is one that I put up today because people are running out of resources in certain areas. Remember, we have people who are from rural areas where it's very hard to find things, and we have people in densely populated urban areas. And so everyone has different access to resources, and there could be certain things that are more plentiful in one area than another. So I put this together just a few hours ago. It's already got 42 comments, and this is a what do you need post. Okay, so if you need something, you put it down in the post. You let people know what it is that you need. It could be a certain type of book. Maybe you have, for example, Jason, who just won Support That Seller Sunday recently, Jason Purvis. One of his sons missed his birthday party, and his son really loved Dr. Seuss, so he's looking for Dr. Seuss books, and he's happy to support another seller. Now, if you want to donate something, you're allowed to do that as well. Okay, so there's rules on how to do donations, and that you're gonna, if you want to donate something, you got to cover the shipping as well. It's up to you if you want to do that. You could also put a link down to something you have for sale. So this isn't that you have to just give things away if you don't want to. It all depends on your situation, what you have available, and how you could help. So it's very person specific. Some people were offering to send Jason, just to show you how great people in the group are. For those of you who don't know, this is a very positive group. We don't allow trolling, bullying. So it's just an amazing group of people. And people are offering to send Jason's son a birthday card. I mean, it's just amazing. I mean, this is how great the people are there. So you could put a store link if you feel you have a lot of different items that someone might be interested in, and you don't want to necessarily link to just one. You could put essentials in there. You could put links to local marketplace listings if you're allowed to do that. However, just be mindful. We are very, very clear. It's all written in the rules and the instructions. And you can see up here, I'll scroll up. It's very detailed in terms of what we tell you to do. You cannot price gouge in the group. If you're going to put up some kind of essential or something like that, it cannot be price gouging. We define price gouging as anything that is more than 10% than the average market price. And we also have a market price calculator in here so that everyone could be on the same page, go to the same source to figure out what the average market price is. We don't want people price gouging. We will remove posts and may remove members if you are involved in price gouging. So while we want to help members out, we also want to protect members, and we don't want them to be put in any kind of awkward, strange situation where they're getting ripped off by somebody. So that's pretty much the summary of everything we have so far. It's an evolving situation, and we will continue to respond to things as needed. So again, if you're not a member of the group, please consider coming by. You just have to go down into the description section. So if you go to any one of the videos, for people who don't know what that means, you click on the video, and then when you click on it, you just look down below and you'll see there'll be a description of what the video is about, and it'll say see more. Just click see more and it'll open up and you'll see all these links down below to different things, and one of those things is a link. It's towards the top. It's to the Facebook group. Even easier if you don't want to do that, just look right over here. There is a link right there to the Facebook group. You just click that and it takes you right to it, right there. So you just got to click that. You don't even have to go into the videos. So I hope you found this helpful. If so, please let other people know about this group. This is a great way to bring people together and get them to come on over. The more people that we have in there, the more people that could be a resource to help other people out in a time of need. So come on over. If you like the video, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. And for the first time, probably in a long time, I don't have to tell you to join the group because that's kind of what the video is about. Also, I'm on Instagram at prime_time_treasure. So I hope you make use of the resources, and I hope to see you there. Thanks a lot, everyone, and I'll see you at the next video.